Good evening, Rusk enjoyers. Have the Rikes. It's time for the 48 analysis. Basically, in this video, I'm going to look at all the skins in the current Rust store, make comparisons to previous Rust store skins to get a good idea in regards to how much will each of these skins sell by next Thursday, and then knowing that, we'll then question, are these skins still holding up to being perfectly fine investments, or are there any potential problems that you need to be aware of? So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. So here's the first 24 hours of sales. I know I was a little bit late to post it, but don't worry, this was the first 24 hours of sales. Now, looking at this, and comparing it to last week's Complete the Sets Rust store, yeah, we have definitely calmed down quite a fair bit. These skins here, the top four at the very least, were selling crazily. But these skins over here, only the Blackout Backpack seems to be emulating that behaviour. Everything else here, whilst we did have some interesting collection continuations and some very colourful looking weapon skins, it has calmed down quite a fair bit. So, okay, not too bad. So things can still look pretty interesting in terms of making nice investments, but let's now go ahead and take a look at the 48 hours of sales, and here we are. So, it's looking pretty alright, like a standard Rust store would normally have, you know, any other day of the year, so okay, that's fine. But yeah, these backpacks clearly are selling quite a fair bit more compared to everything else. They're still relatively new. As of now, we only have 5 backpack skins in the game, but let's also just quickly point this out. We do have another Twitch drop on the horizon, yes. The Twitch drops for December are essentially all revealed, still waiting for the generic drops, but yeah, of course, we are going to get a 6th backpack, and next week, don't forget about this, next week we have the December Force Wipe, there will be a December update. I am fully expecting this Rust store to rotate fairly early, alright? So, these skins, they probably didn't really have as much time compared to other Rust stores, especially the previous weeks. And of course, with the previous weeks, 59,000 subscribers almost for these 2 clothing pieces, and the No Mercy backpack, almost 55,000 subscribers. Very silly, very maddening. I do question, are they actually going to do a good job of retaining their value for the foreseeable future? Well, the player counts, as you can see right here, for the past 2 months have been absolutely amazing, but November specifically, November 2024, over 95,000 average player count. I mean, that's better than some of the summer months. That's better than January this year. It's absurd. And hopefully it gets even more absurd because we have December with the Christmas update. And then we have post-Christmas. We have January with the January Force Wipe on January 2nd, 2025. That's like, it's still too early for the kids to go back to school. And for people to work super hard, I guess you could say. So I'm expecting things to be very, very interesting over the course of the next 2 months. So whilst we probably keep up the momentum with the amount of people playing, all these skins that sold pretty ridiculous numbers should still do a decent job of retaining most of their value. But more specifically with backpacks, there are still some more concerns. So let's now talk specifically about the Blackout Backpack right now. So a quick comparison, 23,000 subscribers almost, and then of course we see here over 24,000 subscribers for the backpack, for the No Mercy backpack, and even the Blackout Burlap clothing had over 24,000 subscribers. And yet, as we hop over to here, you can see right now we're over 33,000 subscribers, but with last week's 48-hour analysis, I was looking at all 3 of these skins just over here, and we saw all 3 of them selling over 35,000 subscribers. So the Blackout Backpack, it's lagging behind a little bit, but I still fully believe it's going to reach at least 50,000 subscribers. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if it goes above 50,000 subscribers. Not by that much more, but still it's going to be relatively close. The momentum with that, still very strong. And again, we still question, is that going to be all right then? 50,000 subscribers, 50,000 bare minimum sales. Just to clarify, if we could just look at the workshop page specifically. So as we can see here, 33,375 subscribers. That is the individuals who have bought the skin. We know for a fact that at least 33,375 individual people have bought the skin. We just don't know how many they bought each. I think the vast majority have bought one for themselves. That shouldn't be too hard to consider. But there is still going to be quite a lot of people that bought extras because they think they can flip them and get a decent bit of profit. So if you can understand that if there's far too many people wanting to make some quick flip profits and they're all throwing them on the third-party sites and, of course, the Steam market, they will be competing with each other to try and make a good sale. And unfortunately, they will likely undercut. Now, if we do keep up the momentum with the people playing, there should still be a very high demand for skins, which of course means, you know, high sales and higher skin prices and whatnot. It should be alright still. But once we delve into February, March, April, the Easter dip, That's usually when we see quite a decent amount of people stop playing Rust is what I mean to say. You know, they've got to focus school again, they've got to focus work more and whatnot, so they just can't devote as much time to Rust. And it's during that period of time where we do see Rust skin prices drop off a fair bit, and that is where I'm worried for that Blackout backpack and the No Mercy backpack and the Blackout burlap clothing, because they sold a lot. And there's probably not going to be as many people playing which would want to use those skins, which would then mean more of them being thrown onto the Steam market and third-party sites. And of course, that would lead to more people trying to sell rather than buy, and that leads to the prices going down, 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 down. But of course, the summer of 2025, could it improve everything? Well, I mean, the summer of 2024 was absolutely amazing, wasn't it? So we'll see. We'll see. So yes, I'm concerned, but I'm not too concerned for the short term, I guess you could say. Now that's abnormal, you know, I'm pretty sure you know how that works by now, but if you're still new to this, consider looking at my most recent Abnormal Barders video right here. Watch the first 5 minutes, then scroll down, look in the description, look at the chapters, and skip ahead to the actual Barders. You'll get the general gist of how all of this works. Abnormal skins become marketable before the Rust store even rotates. We know when they become marketable, so we'll figure out prices beforehand, race to put the Barders down, and hopefully in the future, we'll pick up those skins for a much cheaper price and sell them for a sweet, delicious profit. Cool. So Blackout backpack, you're interesting. Clearly there's demand, but you're still selling potentially just a little bit too much. So 50,000 subscribers is the estimate. Now the large Hazmat backpack, you're definitely not selling as much as the hardsuit backpack, that's for sure. So quick comparison, back over to here once again. As we can see, first 24 hours of sales, that hardsuit backpack did 14,000 subscribers. And yet this right here, just over 10,000 subscribers. Okay. So things are a little bit different. I don't think we can compare to the hardsuit backpack, which, just to clarify, did over 30,000 subscribers. So is there anything else we can compare to? Well, I'm looking, and I'm thinking maybe Metallic Beast is probably the best thing to compare to. So, all right then, let's go ahead and quickly see how that, turned out. And as we hop over to here, 2 weeks ago, we can see that did just over 20,000 subscribers. So we are expecting still quite a fair bit, just not ridiculous numbers, all right? So, all right. That's cool, and I've already mentioned this in a recent video. Consider watching the video over to here real quickly. That being the high listings, backpacks, and player counts video. I talk about how this Hazmat backpack clearly is supposed to be used with the default Hazmat. But does this open the door to the idea of potentially seeing many more Hazmat-themed backpacks, but for all the different Hazmats? So Nomad Hazmat, and Arctic Hazmat, Abyss Hazmat. You see what I mean? Will that turn into an interesting collection? Could that be the first backpack collection? I don't know. You should keep an eye on the workshop over the course of this weekend, because I think we'll be seeing some more interesting designs being developed. Okay, all right, we'll take that into consideration. Could that develop into an interesting collection which leads to this, becoming even more valuable? And by default, because it goes ever so nicely with the default Hazmat, will that be appreciated a lot more because of that? See, with Blackout, it's a Blackout skin. You take one quick look at all the Blackout skins and you realise, wow, that's really in demand. That's probably going to get a lot of usage. Yes, it very likely will. But can we say the same for this backpack right here? And also, we should also just quickly remind ourselves that over the course of the next few weeks, over the course of the next few months, there's going to be constant amounts of backpacks being submitted to the workshop and accepted in Rust stores. Now, of course, with Christmas time, I'm fully expecting some Christmas-themed backpacks. I won't be surprised if we get at least 2, all right? Because, of course, 2 weeks of Christmas Rust stores, yeah, maybe we'll get even more. As I said at least 2. So anyway, I'm expecting even more skins. I'm expecting, chances are, these original first few skins that are introduced to the game lose interest, and they very likely will suffer. I'm very hesitant with these skins, and I'm very hesitant for what might happen during February, March, and April, the Easter dip. So at least that's abnormal. We'll be approaching that on Wednesday night. Of course, I will be streaming, so look in the description of my video right now, as you can see what you're watching, and you'll see the links to my socials, more specifically my Twitch. I'll be on stream 9 PM London time, and we'll be discussing prices for all these skins and then racing to put Barders down. But that right there, 20,000 subscribers, that should be reasonably okay. It's not an absurd amount of sales, but it's still quite a lot. And if we could just quickly go back and look at that rug right there, that's already down by 27%. It only takes a few listings and suddenly it's down in price. So we'll see what develops, but definitely not expecting absurd numbers. And that's an alright thing for that. Cool. Let's now talk about the Frozen Crypt garage door. So hopping back over to here, making a quick comparison, that has 7,000 plus subscribers, but with the previous week, we could probably look at the Tempered Armored Door and the Thundergold Sap. So let's go ahead and do that quick comparison. Both of these skins sold very nicely. Both of them did 16,000 subscribers. So I think a nice 15 to 17,000 subscriber estimate would be perfectly fine for that garage door. Now we should also question how our garage door is currently doing. And as we turn our heads over, stare at the screen as it slowly loads up, the many garage doors that exist, which of course 2024 greatly contributed to, we then realised that, oh no, a lot of these garage doors aren't holding up very nicely. Now, unfortunately, SMM seems to be loading quite a lot, so it's taking its time. But, oh, here we go, yes. So we do see 1 and 2 in the positive, but then we see down 18, down 60, down 37, down 48, down 10, down 54, down 53, down 51, down 50. We see a lot of these skins are down in price. There's been an absurd amount of them being accepted this year. And next year, I fully expect probably a very similar amount. And then the year after that, and the year after that. We keep seeing more and more and more garage doors being accepted, and Twitch drops. Don't forget about the Twitch drops. And yes, there is another Twitch drop just around the corner. It's right there. So yes, we're still getting even more and more and more of them. I do worry for it. But I also really like the collection, and I should also point out it's incredibly bright, which I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate, and when it's rolled up, it's really bright. I will have a short video showcasing this. Of course, you can also watch my Rustore rotation video to see it for yourself, but I can't help but assume a lot of people like that. Now, I don't know what the skin creators are planning to do next, Horimiya Mugiwara, but I do fully expect them to keep producing more Frozen Crypt skins. It's the winter time right now, probably in the Western world, sorry for everybody else, but I'm sure you understand, maybe face punching theme to keeping wanting to accept more ice themed sort of skins and whatnot, and that's the perfect option right there. I'm still hoping they do chairs and tables so we can pair it up with the Ice King throne and whatnot, so then we could have a lovely little ice themed dining thing. It would be funny, but anyway, let's see how that potentially develops. So that garage door, $3. Is it going to retain its value? I have doubts. Yes. And with 15 to 17,000 subscribers, we didn't do this a little bit earlier, but it's a very average amount of sales with all the other garage doors that are accepted this year. And on average, a lot of those garage doors are down in price pretty badly. So if you put 2 and 2 together, I'm sure you can realise that, yeah, it's probably not the best, is it, as an investment? But again, maybe it slows down. Maybe it doesn't sell too much as we lead towards, Thursday. So keep an eye on it. It's also abnormal, so we do have that useful time advantage, but it's still very questionable. Garage doors as investments. Right then, let's move on and talk about the Popstar AK47. Now, I'm not sure what's going to happen with this collection, so let's just quickly look at the comments. Looks like we're going to potentially get a Popstar large box. The anime will prevail. Oh, yes, indeed. You cannot escape it. So, yes, the goofy, fun, anime-themed AK-47. How many sales did it have for the first 24 hours of sales? I look back and I see it had just about 6,400 subscribers. So if I had to compare to previous weeks, was anything, reasonably similar? I'm looking. Wow, it's kind of hard to find something here. Well, I think we could probably look at Harbour Seal Door. I think we could look at that, and we could probably also look at the... we could probably go between Thundergold Sap and Harbour Seal Door. So we know the Thundergold Sap did 16,000 subscribers, but Harbour Seal Door, how much did you sell? And you did 12,000 subscribers. So I think 14 to 15,000 subscribers... I think we could probably do 13 to 15,000 subscribers. Yeah, I think that would be a little bit more of an appropriate answer. So that seems reasonable. But then again, all the AK-47 skins that we have that have been accepted in 2024, that's like a very average amount of sales. Now, I should also point out, that design, very colourful, quite unique. We don't really have that many anime-themed skins in the game. Now, I'm well aware we have the Emaru and Mizkiv Twitch drop that was given away for free earlier this year. Totally understand. I don't think everybody got that skin. But that right there, it's marketable, it's tradable, and it is unique compared to a lot of the other skins we've seen this year. I know we've had a lot of collection continuations and whatnot, but Popstar... It's got my wife who wanted... Sorry, I'm so sorry. But is that enough to carry it? Well, if the skin creator is intending to develop it into a much bigger collection, you can have the Popstar all around your base potentially in the future. You cannot escape her. No. But yeah, you just take one quick look at all the AK-47s we had so far this year. That's in the positive. That's in the positive. That's in the positive. That's 3 out of 41. Yep, that's a good like comparison there, isn't it? But could that still be different? Could that still stand out? Could that potentially still work out ever so nicely with its very cute, very stylish design? We shall see. So, I'm still under the impression that it'd be a good idea if they did the Popstar and all the weapons, but they did a different anime girl on all of them. Yes, it might be a little bit more work, but I'm pretty sure I'll get a lot more appreciation. So, cool. That right there, keep an eye on it. Abnormal, $3 AK-47. Pretty much every other more, if AK-47s on average sell at $2, for every AK that sold more than $2, on average, I mean, regardless, the vast majority of AK-47s have gone down in price pretty badly. So many of them end up at around $1. Could that be similar, or will the design of it prevail? We'll talk more about that on Wednesday. So, all right, 13 to 15,000 subscribers. Nuke Room Locker. So, this was something I said when I was looking at that on when I was doing my predictions video. I think that's going to be the lowest selling locker skin this year. I think it potentially could be the lowest selling locker skin in recent years. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So ever since we had the Outer Planets locker, which was like the first locker skin to be accepted after about 2 or 3 years, since then they've all done every locker that's been accepted since then have done like very good sales. So as I look over to here and see with the first 24 hours of sales, this only did 5,600 subscribers. If I could just quickly find something to compare to, Toy Thompson, all right, that's a good shout. Let's go find out how that did. If I'm going to sit here and see that locker has only done about 14,000 subscribers, wow, okay, then 13 to 14,000 will be the estimate. That does come across as pretty low. So if I could just quickly look at this, I would... See, I want to show off all the lockers, but SMM seems to be very slow today. I'm very sorry about that. But yeah, in general, that would be expected to be one of the lowest selling lockers in quite some time. And if you were to look at all the lockers that came out like this year, I'm going to have to do it now. We have the Neon lockers, we have the recent Forest Raiders lockers. They've gone down in price. Yes, even the Forest Raiders locker, after the small box was accepted, whilst it boosted in value quite nicely, it has gone back down again. I do worry for all of these lockers, and that one bit right there being the Nuke Room Locker, which unfortunately has had quite a lot of skins accepted this year, and yet still went down in price. I do worry that it's probably just going to go down in price regardless. It's a very bright looking locker, it's got a very interesting design to it, but I just don't know if everybody appreciates the actual collection itself, and that does have me worried. So here we go. So yes, all the Neon lockers have gone down in price. I think they've already reached their lowest point and starting to climb back up again, which is a nice thing to see. But as I said, ever since Outer Planets locker, 30,000 plus subscribers, 36,000 plus subscribers. Then we have these over here, 24,000 almost, 17,000 almost, 30,000 almost. Right, Pixel Locker only did 7,000 subscribers. So we're definitely not going to be lower than that. But that one wasn't very interesting. Sorry to say, people just don't really like the Pixel collection that much. This one at least glows in the dark. At the current rate of sales, 13 to 15,000 subscribers would be like the second lowest selling one in recent years. See, that still went down in price quite significantly. It's conflicting. It's really conflicting. Nuke Room, it's the collection. I think I probably will just stick with doing a barter. Now, at the very least, it is abnormal, so we do have the time advantage. That's a good thing to know. But, yeah, you take one quick look at the collection as a whole, and you'll see for yourself it definitely does look questionable. I know the Sheepman Double Door is still doing quite all right. The small box initially was bought out, but it's gone back down in price again. Armor Door's hardly changed. Garage Door's hardly changed. Large Box has hardly changed. So, yeah, probably just going to stick with doing a barter. Well, then, we'll see how it is on Wednesday. But now, let's talk about the Wolf Warrior Wooden Door. So, by default, before I even consider, like, how much it's likely going to sell by next Thursday, I've said this more than enough in recent years, quite literally recent years, because every time I see a new wooden door, I'm always like, guys, don't expect much from it. It's very likely to go down in price. Near enough, every single wooden door that's accepted in a Rust store will always go below $1. Now, we do have one exception, which was the recent Easter-themed wooden door, which sold hardly anything. That ended up getting manipulated. that is still being manipulated. But if you look at all the other wooden doors, they're down in price pretty badly. We even had the recent funny, not friendly wooden door. That's already gone down in price pretty hard already as well. It's very sad to see. So whilst that right there is a cool looking design, it very likely will suffer the fate that many other wooden doors have, been dealt with. So if we could show all of them, it would be nice. SCM.app, go. Yeah, it's taking its time. So whilst it's doing that, let's just quickly try and figure out a comparison here. So 4,600 subscribers. Is there anything close that we could compare to? Well, we do have the Berserker boots from the previous week. So as I hop over to here, it still hasn't loaded it. Oh, there you go. Yippee. And as you can see, not exactly very nice looking sales there. No, they are not looking very good. So now we can look at the previous week and look at the boots. And the boots did just over 10,600 subscribers. So 10 to 11,000 subscribers for a wooden door. After looking at all those wooden doors, you might have noticed that's a very average number of sales. And on average, every one of them pretty much went down in price. So yeah, I don't think that'd be retaining its $2.49 price. I think at best I'll offer 50 cents, and I wouldn't be surprised I still pick up a bunch of them. So yeah, all right. Sorry to say, but it's people with wooden doors. So if they're not using them that much, there's no demand to use the skins, and therefore lower skin prices. Very straightforward answer. Thanksgiving Turkey Rock. Well, we already have a turkey theme rock. This one's Thanksgiving themed. Oh, yes. So this was the only Thanksgiving skin to be submitted for this year. Lo and behold, it gets accepted. All right, cool. But how many sales are you going to reach? Well, let's go ahead and start questioning it. I think this should have been glow in the dark a little bit. It could have had glow in the dark gravy or cranberry sauce. It would have been funny. Anyway, 4,315. You know what? I think I'll just stick with the amount that Wolf Warrior got. So Wolf Warrior Wooden Door, you were 10 to 11,000 subscribers. I can't help but assume the Thanksgiving Turkey Rock will do a very similar number, 10 to 11,000 subscribers. Now, I've already looked at this. I hope this loads up fast enough. I have doubts, but near enough every single rock skin that's been submitted and accepted over the past 2 years, unless it was animal themed, they've all gone down in price. Yeah. Now, I'm talking about more specifically the cute ones. So the Harper Seal Rock that came out recently, that's still in the positive. Last year's Pug Rock, that's still in the positive. And if I can recall, we also had the Hamster Rock. There we go. You can see it now. That's in the positive. But every other skin's down in price. Capybara isn't cute. He's cool, right? It's a big difference. But yeah, as you can see, not looking very nice. Now, that right there, with only 6,000 plus subscribers, yes, it's looking like with 10 to 11,000 subscribers, whilst it won't be the lowest selling skin, it's still very likely to just go down in price. I remember when that came out. I remember when that was progressing and almost finished with its tenure in the Rust store, and I thought that would actually do a fair bit better. Unfortunately, it has gone down in price quite significantly. I can't remember what I offered for the Ice High Rock, but that still to this day is the lowest selling rock that came out this year. So, okay, we're not going to be doing less than that. Well, that's my estimate. But it really wouldn't surprise me if we do at least 10,000 subscribers. So, yeah. Now, is it out of season? I mean, every day is a good day for some turkey, I guess. But I don't think it will hold up quite nicely. I think I will just stick with Dunabada. And it's not abnormal. So that's another concern, but it's not the end of the world. All right, then. Now we can talk about the Brainstorm Custom SMG. So hopping over to here. First 24 hours of sales. Well, it wasn't that far off as well. I think straightforward, I'll just say 10,000 subscribers for this one. A very interesting, colourful looking design, and it's the second one produced for its collection. Koba, Rayleigh, you really should have a collection link right here. It's a rule, I believe. But yeah, if we just look at their workshop, you'll see that there was actually a Brainstorm AK47. So are we going to see another skin being produced and put out this weekend? I fully expect it. Are people going to appreciate it? I don't know. I've had some responses on YouTube. They said it was nice and colourful, but it's not really their thing, not really their style. So, okay, fair enough. And also, custom SMGs, you just take one quick look and they're all down in price. Every single one of them. It's, again, dependent on how often do people actively want to use the weapon itself. And if it's not that much, well, there's no demand to use the skins then, and therefore low skin prices. So, yeah, if this loaded up fast enough, we'd see all the custom SMGs that came out this year around negative 30%, more or less. That's basically it. So, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be loading up very much, very quickly, but I feel like that was a nice, straightforward answer to give you. So, all right, I'm sure you're well aware that that's just going to be a bar order, and most likely be a 60 to 80 cent bar order. Cool. Right, tank Armor SAR. Slightly green. I've shown this off. I thought it looked okay. It's a bit like worn out, battle worn and whatnot, but that's the whole shtick, that's the whole gimmick and whatnot, which is totally fine. But it's not selling that much, and probably for a good reason. So hopping back over to here, first 24 hours of sales, 3,000 subscribers. If I look at last week, we could take a quick look at the Cargo Heli Tools, which is close enough. So how many sales did that reach by the end of the week? The answer was just about 6,000 subscribers. So I'm going to sit here and say between 6,000 to 7,000 subscribers for the Tank Armor SAR, which definitely feels really low, but I just don't think people like the design of it. But when I also questioned on Thursday, green SARs, I believe this was in my roster rotation video, how they currently holding up. Near enough, every single green SAR was down in price pretty badly. So I worry it's just going to be a 60 cent to 80 cent buy order. Even with just 6,000 to 7,000 subscribers, yeah, it's not much else to say, I'm afraid. So maybe we'll see some more Tank Armor skins in the future. There was an AK produced literally just past this weekend. Let's see if that gets accepted. I don't think it'll be improving that SAR that much. So, yeah, pretty straightforward this week. Can't complain though. We do still have some interesting skins and whatnot. And next week, with the December 4 swipe, with a lot of people expected to be playing, especially when you consider the recent peak player counts, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some very interesting picks for next week as well. So, all right, things are still lining up quite all right, but it is what it is. Calmer compared to the previous week, but still certain skins maybe looking to sell quite a decent amount regardless. Right then, so what about the previous week's skins? How are they currently holding up? So, of course, all the skins right here, every single one of them appears to be in the positive, or not that one, but just remember, everybody who bought these skins last week currently do not have the ability to sell them, all right? You wait at least a week or two, then look back, then you judge it. Hazmat Backpack, that's already down in price. But if we look at the listings, how many listings are actually below its rustore price? And as I look here, actually it's quite a fair bit. It's looking about 10, 15. Ooh, okay, yeah, okay. Again, I questioned metallic backpacks. Are people like actively even wanting to wear metallic sets and whatnot? I guess not. I guess people don't care enough for it. So it is what it is. Oh dear. Then I look at the November 14 rustore, and wow, down 27, down 10, down 22, down 16, down 13. All of it's down on price. But will we see Ultramarine Tier 2 for December 4 swipe? Will we see potentially Commando Revolver for December 4 swipe? Yes, these are skins I've noticed being submitted quite recently. Greening Area Rug, there's definitely a lot of possibilities, but time will tell. And then for November 7, 2024, Forest Raiders small box is still holding up quite nicely, but for December 4 swipe, will we see the Forest Raiders Furnace? I'm hoping so. Greening Area, well, we just talked about that, didn't we? Yeah, they've all gone down in price. I'm very surprised to see the Harbour Seal door went down to less than $1. Like, I really did think it was going to work out quite nicely, but yeah, here we are. Not Friendly Wooden Door, I mentioned this earlier, down in price by quite a significant amount already. Titanium Door did get a recent large box being submitted, but regardless, it still looks like it's struggling. And Oasis large box, even though you sold the least amount of skins this year for a large box, you're still down by basically half your price. So yeah, in general, things just aren't really looking super great for some of these more recent skins. Quite sad to see, but hopefully, as I said, as we steer closer to January time, I hope we do see even more people playing the game, and which should lead to even more people want to buy skins. Now, there is one little concern to be aware of. Shanghai Major for 2024. So Counter-Strike is currently having its newest major tournament, and that of course means stickers. Yes, sticker capsules have been released as of Wednesday night. Yes, they're not currently marketable yet, but they will be soon. People can still spend their money to open capsules. I did it. I did not get any good openings. I got one hollow sticker. That was the only good thing I got, basically. So yeah, people wasting their money like me, trying to get some good things, but yeah. They're going to need funds. They're going to need Steam Wallet. So do not be surprised that there's quite a decent amount of people probably selling their Rust skins, because, of course, they're selling at decent prices at the moment. So, oh, yeah, if the profits are reasonably good enough, I'll just sell now. This isn't me saying that. This is me just, like, talking about what other people might be saying. So, yes, they're probably more than happy to go ahead and sell some of their Rust skins to try their best to try and open some interesting-looking stickers, even though they're borderless like all the other stickers we've had recently. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun investing into Counter-Strike Major stickers anymore, but you could still potentially buy some of the capsules when they're on sale and maybe just hold on to them for the foreseeable future. They'll probably do a decent job retaining their value, because I really don't think, and some people did ask me about this, Hedge, they could end up like Paris sticker capsules. No, I don't think we're going to see anything like that for a very long time. Paris was kind of unique. And do remember, Copenhagen happened afterwards, and Copenhagen capsules kind of worked out all right. They did rise up in price before the Shanghai Major. So yes, they did actually become a little bit profitable. You just have to be patient, wait to sell at the right time, and then you do get your profits. You do get all the money you get back that you spent with your Steam wallet. So yes, it's a perfectly fine thing to consider spending your Rust profits on when you're selling during December and January time. So just a nice thing to bring up to you. Cool. So yeah, that's it. How's the workshop looking? We have seen a few skins being submitted. Some collection continuations have appeared. So, all right, that's cool. Keep an eye on the workshop, though. It's only Saturday. There will be a lot more submissions over the course of the next few days. And that's it. That's a wrap. So thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to each and every single one of you. Best of luck with your potential profits. And we'll see how things progress. If I could just quickly refresh right now, November 2024, 95,865 average player count. That is like incredibly close to June. So do you truly think we're going to surpass 100,000 average player count in January? And will we peak beyond 200,000? Is it possible at the current momentum I'm looking at? It really does. So once again, thank you very much for watching me. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.